Okay, so we have some stuff stored in here at the moment. These are old overhead bin pieces that we're taking. It's just because of the rain, we're taking stuff out of other buses, and this one's the closest to our trailer. So we're going to do an inside tour. This bus does have its steps, or step, should I say. So the step is in place on this bus. It is stuck. It needs to be lubricated, that kind of thing. We tried to operate it yesterday. The door on the inside is pretty good shape. It's all complete. You even have the original factory vinyl piece there to prevent you from pinching your fingers. This coach number is a Pd4151-016. So it's the 16th in the series. Has all of its original aspects without moving these panels here. You do have the original step light. The only thing that's missing is a door that's above there, and he has those on parts buses here. Not an issue. So now with this bus in this step well, they had installed this cover, and usually that's open to allow the heat to come forward. Then there's this other plate right there that they made to go over that. So I don't know if that was to deal with the wiring issue or not. With these buses, we've posted videos of what we're doing with our bus with the wiring. So it's possible that there's a wiring harness behind that. It has that light on the side of the seat. I don't know if that's an original one or what, but it's definitely old to the bus. I know some buses had a light there, but I don't have anything to reference to that right now. As far as your privacy screen, ours has a little hint of corrosion with a little hole on the bottom. I do not see that here. I do see a little piece of trim here that is missing, but the rest of it is here. And you have this holder here, which is kind of cool. That's kind of different. There's one of these in the other bus that I'm taking that is over next to the driver. So this is kind of unusual that that's there. It is not on our bus in that position. And you have all your ventilation in place. Right now we don't know where that cover is, but the fan motor is up in there. So you have your front bins. The ceiling in this one over the driver area is all metal. In fact, all these buses he has here are all metal. Ours is the fiber, and he says he's never heard of that. And so we have masonite ceiling panels that are perforated. So really unique. So you have a little bit of the overhead bin right there. It's just that one little section that was left in this bus. So it has the dimples for the privacy screen that goes behind the driver to connect to. And that privacy screen is still there. The roller for it is not there, but he has another parts bus that has that roller. So you do have the bar there, however. You do have the original seat. I'm going to step up in here, and I will give you a little bit of a taste of what we have for driver's seat. So you have the original turn signal in this bus. It felt as if the window mechanism's not in that window, so it didn't want to work. But when you start looking down here, you can kind of see that might be the hardware there. So I'm not sure. That has to get looked into. But again, there's parts buses here, so if that needs to be grabbed, it could. The thermostat is on the wall right there, center screen. Driver's vent is also there for part of the defrost. Driver's lamp is missing. There are no other parts buses with that. But it's the way that goes anyway. Let me spin around. So, okay, so for the driver's area, here is our dash. The front windows are definitely leaking. You can see the green up on the dash. On these switches, just these bottom right, that center screen right now are the only ones I didn't get to push pull, but the other ones all seem to work. And of course you have your complete Greyhound dash. All right, so we're going to spin around. The bus seats in here are not part of this bus, but this bus still has all the armrests from when it was seated, and for some reason those were left in here, which is kind of interesting. So I understand the plan is that those are staying here in this particular bus. I'm seeing what else is up in the storage bin. But not all the walls have them. I mean, some stuff has fallen down. So this was, I guess, converted after all. Sorry about that. I thought it wasn't converted. But nothing was converted on the outside where it punctured the outside walls. So that's a good thing. Nothing on the roof that we saw. So I'm not sure what they did as far as heating and stuff. So maybe they did something like what we did then, is vented out the bottom. So not quite sure here. But when they fiddled with this bus, obviously they kept it pretty original. It has all the original ceiling panels. I totally forgot that this was converted after all. We've been in so many buses this guy has. Here, it's hard to keep up. So he's got like 6 parts buses and 3 viable buses, one that he's keeping, and this one and one other for sale. This one is the one with all the seats. So we're going to walk past this carpet that's on the floor. Somebody started to carpet the ceiling for some reason. You have some window shades. This bus, these ones are in better shape. This side didn't get the sun, but they're kind of warped a bit. I think we're going to have to make a mold just to reproduce ours. But this bus, if you wanted to use the shades, I mean, they're just shot. Especially this left side, they're just gone. They're just totally gone. You can just see how the sun has just baked these dry. In the back, you have the original back seat, which is kind of interesting. So for whatever reason, they left that in place. You have your emergency exit door. I tried opening it yesterday, but the center of the latch, it apparently needs to be lubricated. Plus, it needs to be adjusted because it is hard. I mean, with looking at the outside, you can see the gap towards the bottom there from the light coming in. So it needs to be adjusted. The bulkhead is still here. They did this boxed in thing, but if you look underneath, you can see how it's there. It's just been boxed in. So the lights are still there, all of that good stuff. So and it looks like there's at least one single bracket that was for an overhead bin, and a couple sections with the overhead stainless, because here's another one peeking out. Nope, and I see it even further down. So you have 3 sections of some of the overhead stainless. I don't think you're going to find anything underneath this carpet. Yeah, looking underneath the carpet's gone. And the rest of the bus, it's gone. He says he has a lot of it. So there's a possibility that he has enough to help you out if you're looking to do that. And looking on this other opposing side, let's see, let's get this to zoom back again. There we go. So we have another bracket. So somebody left 2 brackets of the overhead bin to use to secure the walls in place. So underneath the seat, there is some trim pieces that are still here that are great if you were going to leave this area open versus putting a bed or something back here. So that's kind of cool. So that, I think, pretty well takes care of this tour of this bus. We're going to do a video on the other buses on site. This bus he is asking $8,000 for. It is non-running, but it is a very, very, very good solid bus. Like I say, we did not find any obvious outside holes. It appears there was a porta potty probably used in here if they had one. You're looking at the stove right here, and either they had a window open or something, because even looking up underneath the cabinet, they had no ventilation for it. So either somebody started this conversion and just never finished it. I don't know. But to me, that's what it kind of looks like. They started and never completed.